What's up, everybody? Another Friday night means another Hot 10 list. Shout out to Ben Steiniger. Much love with you, brother. I know you're dealing with some family issues, and you're in our thoughts and prayers. Your pops is in our thoughts and prayers. So we'll get on with the show. What's up, brother? Rich in the house.
Just call me Dick. What's going on, brother?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Yeah. I been doing the sales all day today. And yeah, man, it's been a long day. My Fridays are crazy now with the 6 hours of sales and this and then drunken chat. So we're hoping Mighty Mel V will jump on with us. We sent him out the link. But yeah, we're gonna make a quick show of it tonight. Ben couldn't be here, but we'll figure it out. What up, Collector's Den? Doc Joe.
Did you use the Flipside 99 code for Gemini? Did it work?
I did.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, if you buy from Gemini, which you probably want to do right now, use the code Flipside99 and you'll get 10% off. I made a $400 order and it saved me $40. You know what I mean? So it's totally worth it. And we talked a little bit about that in what show was it recently? I forget what show it was. Oh, it's Comic News Weekly. I think we over on Simple Man's channel, we talked about the shortage. Gemini sent out a thing saying like, hey, heads up, if you want to get something, you need to get it now. So I put in a quick order. I bought just as much as I could, Shout out Vinny Kumar, Jay Bonilla, Luis Rodriguez, Michael Palmer, DJ V-Man, the rookie of the year, no longer rookie of the year. He's a veteran. Eric Hurd, cool comic guy. Jersey to the Bay. AOA's in the house. Yeah, I'm so busy making stacks on Friday. I wish, brother. I wish. Good Hive man. Comics is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Hive Comics, probably they might be still going. I'm not sure, but if they are, go show them some love and whatnot. They did a great sale this last hour, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Doing the sales on Fridays and watching everybody's sales and stuff. And I just got to figure out how to get my viewer count on a Friday up, because I don't think I never break 25 viewers on a Friday night.
Really?
Never.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But I'll figure it out. So Brett Hess Art, all about comics. What up, Rob? Enrique, how you doing, brother? Paul Diggs Comics. Yeah, a lot. Lord, what up, brother? Chris Harris, Mojo, Tony, what are you doing? What's going on, brother? Nate's in the house. So appreciate every one of you guys. We got 84 live as we start, and we've got a great list tonight. A lot of interesting books. And one that I really, really like, that I've been talking about for a little while, telling people that I think is going to be the pick out of that series. We'll get into that, all that stuff. For those of you guys that don't know, the list is written every week by the one and only Ben Steiniger, who is not here with us tonight, but he does it every week, gets the list out every Friday. You can find it over at comicbookinvest.com. Yeah, it's the hot 10 comics of the week, the hot 10 movers, that he's been looking at, and a couple honorable mentions. But we always start the night with the almost 10. Mm-hmm. And I want to say thanks again to everybody that supports us.
Awesome.
Either by thumbs ups, subscribes, or these super chats. Thank you, Luis. Appreciate you, Luis. You always drop a super sticker, and we love it. We appreciate you more than you know. So yeah, let's get into the almost 10. For those of you guys that don't know, the almost 10 are like, some books that don't sell very often that you might want to know about, or some books that are starting to heat up a little bit. They're kind of those weird books that you might not know about. So,
but he also says that he puts a few that just missed, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That's good. That's awareness.
Yep. So let's get into it. We will start off with The Last of Us, the ash can. This is the ash can for Last of Us American Dreams #1. And The Last of Us series is a tough series to find at all. People love this series. Put it away, put it in, just like Star Wars fans, they put it away, you never see it again. But this is the ash can. I'm not exactly sure how the ash can was distributed, but what I do know is that a CGC 9.2 sold for $140 the other day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's two with this cover, and I believe the ash can is probably the smaller.
Yeah. I think the ash can's smaller.
The mini book.
Yeah.
So the first one I believe was in a game package, survival edition, and then I believe the ash can, in chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was distributed in the European Ellie edition and Joel edition game package. So if you guys know what that means, leave us a comment or question for watching the rewind or in the live chat, because I have no effing clue what that means.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Longshort.
Longshort
drops a $10 super chat. He says,
"Thank you,
love you guys. We love you, brother. If you guys haven't seen the most recent Modern Playbook episode, Ben and the crew did a really good banger show. Yeah, so make sure you guys go check it out. I think he said he has a ghost show he's working on. So for all you guys that love those shows, you got a good one coming up.
Very cool.
So Brian Wells thinks it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Interesting. Yeah. Comic Man Andy is a huge Last of Us fan. We'll have to ask him later on in the week. But yeah, tough book either way. Next book on the Almost 10, a gorgeous Daredevil cover by Neil Adams. Later Neil Adams is hit or miss. It really is. But this right here is beautiful. Like, I put this on par with his Ghost Rider cover. He went back to DC and did some pretty bad covers over there, but the ones he did for Marvel recently were pretty good, and this is one of them. This is Daredevil #1, the Neil Adams variant. It's a 1 in 75.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are big boys right there.
$150 raw book. Seems like it should be more.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. This is from, I believe, the 2011 series.
Yes. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because in, I think, issue 7, there's like an AF5, if 7 or 8, I can't remember. There's an AF-15 homage, but it's like Deadpool, or I don't know. It looks like Deadpool, but yeah, I know that series. Really good. Yeah. Really nice cover.
Next on the list, an awesome cover. This is the Star Wars Crimson Reign #3, the Nakayama 1 in 50 variant. It's got Ren on the cover. I messed up and didn't order any of these.
I thought I talked to you about that.
Yeah, I
think I touched you on FOC.
I should have bought all 3 covers because they're all gorgeous.
Oh yeah, shout out to my boys in Comic Coin. What's up, guys? And my partner, Tacos and Comics, Hump Day Heroes every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific. FOC and New Comic Book Day stuff. Tune in. We ordered this on FOC, and then I was all happy or whatever. It's good to see it spiking because I believe it's issue 4, could be 5. Has this very similar cover, and I believe it's open order. It's the same cover, but he's like turned. And it's like less of his legs showing. Oh, killing me, Smalls.
For those of you guys that don't know, I want to shout out Richie's webpage, or YouTube channel. I'm going to drop a link in the chat for everybody. If you guys haven't subscribed over there, go show him some love, and his partner in crime over there. Shout out Hive Comics with the $11 super chat. He says, "Love you guys more than Ben does."
Yeah, we're doing a 250 subscriber giveaway. Woo-wee. But do you remember I explained how it worked?
No, go for it. I think that's a cool thing.
It's the pay it forward giveaway. So get us to 250 so we can get a jump on 500, and then 500, 1,000. But the deal is this: is there's going to be a giveaway at 250 subscribers, which should be next week, anytime, and then there's going to be a giveaway at 500, and then 1,000. Each prize is going to get better, but here's the catch: if you win the subscriber giveaway at 250 or 500, you can choose. When I spin the wheel, whoever just missed, who's right under it, they can choose to give that prize to that person. So, as our brother from another mother would say, Mel Vaughn, pay it forward. This way we can give our subscribers and listeners and viewers a chance to pay it forward like a lot of us content creators do. And if they do pay it forward, then on the next giveaway, they'll get an extra spot on the wheel.
Very
and
cool.
The prizes get better.
Yeah, I like that. Fun little stuff like that is good. So make sure you guys go give them some subs, show them some love. They're doing some really cool stuff over there. I love the content you guys are creating, but I love Thank you. Cover. This cover is really, really nice. Yeah.
I think it works out.
Next on the list, this was interesting that Stein put this on the list. This is a weird one for sure. Deadpool number 10 from 2021. One for sold for $120 in a 9.8.
So shout out to Long Short in the live chat when this was on FOC. I believe it was actually a week or two before FOC. They showed this cover. He said he loved this cover. And I believe they even made a poster out of this cover too. But it's just a cover A, I believe. And since Kelly Thompson started writing this series, Elsa Bloodstone started getting into the mix, started dating Wade Wilson, and it's been actually a really funny, but not too corny read like it typically is. And I'm enjoying the series. Really cool cover.
Yeah, that's really, really interesting. It'll be interesting to see if this continues to get some love, but it's a different book that you normally see on the list. That's for sure.
Agree.
All right. Next up, a great Scotty Young variant, Black Panther World of Wakanda number 1. Gorgeous Scotty Young variant right here. Ben has this on the list and he says $75 raw.
Was this an exclusive or just a open order or qualifier Scotty Young variant?
I have no clue. Not a ratio variant. I think it might have just been like a B cover. Could have been some type of qualifier thing. I have no idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I believe this is the same issue where Mistress Zola, the headmistress of the Dora Milaje, first appears. And if I'm wrong, go ahead and brutalize me. But I'm pretty sure it's the same series. And she's hot right now. Ryan Coogler, who developed the Wakanda series.
You just walked into one right there. You just walked into one.
Yeah. And he basically is throwing this name around. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
For those of you guys that don't know, go watch Ryan Coogler try to take money out of a bank. He's not very good at it. Next on the list. Now, this one is one of those books that is probably going to be on the list next week. The 10 DMZ number 1, the HBO series put out a trailer, I believe, right? A new little teaser. And I've heard everybody just say it's amazing.
Premieres on St. Patrick's Day this year, so in a few days.
Yeah.
Orders by retailers, I believe it's under 20,000, closer to like 16 to 18,000. But I mean, how many times was this project on and off? Finally, it's good to go. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, for sure. Very cool stuff. Much beloved series. Brian Wood, kind of one of his breakout books, right? And everybody kind of went crazy for. So good stuff. This one right now is selling for $40 to $50 raw.
That's actually less than I thought.
Same with me. This is not an easy book to find.
No, I never see it in the wild.
Ever.
And it's tough. Look at all that black right there on the spine.
Yeah. All right. Next on the list, we have a great G.I. Joe book, second to last G.I. Joe Real American Hero book from Marvel, issue 154. 155 was always the book that we always knew it sold for a ton. For most of the time, it sold more than any other book in G.I. Joe, including 21 and including number 1. 155 sold for, it was $100 book forever. But now people are starting to pay attention to not just the last book, but later books in the run that are, low print. And 154 was very low print, $220 raw.
Yeah. Key Collector Comics was reporting, because when it's not the first time I've heard about this book this week. And I believe he's reporting that this book is scarce. So I don't know the numbers on it, but I'm guessing it's a low print run. And when you look at it, you wouldn't think, it looks like a 90s book. But yeah, I mean, that's $220. That doubles, because I believe the last sale was like around 115.
Wow.
So that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy book. Love the Real American Hero series. One of the first comic series that I completed. You know what I mean? I at one point had every book. I've sold a couple of them since, I think, but one of the first ones that I completed and actually read. Next one's a weird one. All right, Mortal Kombat Goro, Prince of Pain. This is the Australian price variant. Really, really tough to come by, and this book is tough to come by at all. You know what I mean? So tough to find at all. There is multiple versions of this book. There's a foil version of this book. There is a red where the trade dress is like in a reddish orange too. But usually you can tell the difference on these price variants. You see that Triel Comics up in the top. So this is the again, Mortal Kombat Goro, Prince of Pain, Australian price variant, recently sold in pretty beat up condition. This exact book, because it's so hard to find, I couldn't find any other pictures, so I just chose this. It sold for a nice little chunk of change, $60 raw.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow, yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. Love these old school Mortal Kombat books. I think they're fun. They're those fun type of finds. So shout out to Trial by Gods. $10 super chat.
Nate. Thank
you, brother.
You like those niche video game obscure,
love them,
hard to find books. Yeah. Very cool.
All right. Now, the book I alluded to in the beginning of the show is the Crimson Reign run. All right. Now, you guys all know how I feel about Crimson Reign, especially issue number 1. I feel like there was some weird stuff going on with that book, and just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. But if you're going to pick up any Crimson Reign books, you need to pick up the Raza set. Absolutely amazing. This set is still not complete. They've got 2 more books to put out. I think they're on 3 or 4 right now.
Yeah, they're on 3, and the character on 3, and I believe 4 are new characters, possibly 5. So
nice. Yeah, gotta love the Knights of Ren. Of course, the Nakayama Ren book was on the Almost 10, and another Star Wars book with the Knights of Ren on it on the Almost 10. This connecting set is gorgeous, absolutely amazing. And even though it's not, you can't find them all yet, number 2 is a $25 to $30 book raw
already. Wow.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, so Raza is just killing it. Really good stuff. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, his Miles Morales covers, I mean, they're going nuclear. What's that? Miles Morales, Spider-Man 18, the third appearance of Billy the Baby. Yep. And then, his issue 13. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we were talking about this connecting covers would be a nice set. But nobody I heard in the spec game or in the community except Brian McClay that said, and he put this entire connection right here, and he said, this is going to be the set.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
Yeah. I love it. I love what Raza's doing. and it's cool. I'm always been a fan of the Knights of Ren. I think they're a cool idea. So they just weren't utilized correctly. All right, the last almost 10 book, Supergirl 19, the foil variant, the Art Germ foil variant from 2018, the 2018 Supergirl run. The foil book, which is this book here, even though you can't really tell it's foil, the foil is the one we're keying in on, is a $135 raw book.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That's one of Art Germ's best covers right there, in my opinion. It doesn't really look like much of Art Germ. You know what I mean? It kind of doesn't have that Art Germ feel to it.
Kind of looks Ji Hung Lee to me.
Yeah, it's good. I like her face. Yeah, just a great composition.
I like her face.
Yeah, good stuff. Cool Comic Guy says, "Damn, I have 18." Yeah, they put out a couple foil covers for this. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, that is the almost 10, you guys. So I want to remind everybody. After the show tonight, make sure to jump on over to Mighty Mel V's channel for its Drunken Chat, son. Always fun hijinks over there. And I want to show some love here to some of our comrades over here and at Tales from the Flipside. We work with a lot of really great retailers and people within the community. And I want to show some love to Wanted Comics. Much love to Wanted Comics, who was on the Star Wars covers from the start. If you remember, they did the Will Sliney cover with Marsha Monroe on the cover for number 3. And it looks like there's still some available. Holy cow.
Yep.
Wow.
Good job, Drew.
Yeah. Shout out to Drew on that one. Nice pickup on that. He's got sets for number 1, 2, 3. So make sure you go check it out. A lot of Will Sliney stuff, but I mean, always doing good stuff over there. He's got a gorgeous book coming out that I can't give too much away, but trust me, you're going to love it. And it's by one of the hottest artists in the biz right now. Not only that, he's got another one coming out after that for one of the hottest books in the business right now. And so does another one of our friends, Hive Comics. Yeah, man, they've got some great stuff coming out. They just recently put out their Radiant Red #1 covers, which are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, Twig. I wonder what that is.
Yeah, good people too.
Yeah,
both retailers.
Yep. And finally, one of our favorite family members here, Bird City Comics. They sent me a picture of this new book they're doing, The Secret History of the War on Weed. On Weed. They got this gorgeous Red Sonja by Stephanie Hans, and they got this little fun Banksy type homage here. This is very interesting right here, though. The Amazing Spider-Man #1 Greg Horn variant with White Rabbit on the cover. So I like that. That a lot. So make sure you guys go check out each one of these retailers. I'm gonna put their links in the chat so you guys can all check them out. They're a big part of our community, and we appreciate them like no other. So yeah, let's throw their
and
stuff
Laura's
in the
killing
chat.
it, by the way.
Oh yeah,
killing it. Yeah, she's making all of us look silly. Great job, Laura.
All right, there we go. And then finally, I want to remind everybody that get to here. We've got the honorable mention tonight, our Golden Age book. First Golden Age, or first Very honorable mention of the night. You know, we always got to throw a Golden Age, or Stein's always got to throw a Golden Age book in there. This one's very interesting. This is All Great Comics number 13, a CGC 9.0 Promise Collection. Recent book copy of this recently sold for $4,000.
Okay, I was gonna say 5,000. Okay, nice.
But to be honest, that would be a great book to pick up, a Promise Collection book. If you could pick up a Promise Collection book for less than $5,000, that's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, I agree. And plus, that's high grade, and I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So pretty cool. Love to see any of those Promise Collection books and hear about them and see what they're doing on the secondary market. So I really love that type of stuff.
Me too.
So hold on here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that pedigree is going to go down as one of the most historic pedigrees in comic book history.
Yeah. Yeah. She does have those weird dead eyes. Yeah. It's creepy, right?
Mm-hmm. What would you call this cover? Is that a
headlights? I don't know if you would call it headlights or put it in the bondage category. I don't know, but pinup.
Pinup girl. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
That's a weird looking crocodile or dinosaur. Yeah. Looks like a dinosaur and a crocodile mixed. All right. Next on the honorable mentioned. Here you go, buddy. Timeless #1, the 3rd print. I'll let Richie talk about this.
Yeah, so everybody went nuts. Ramos missed Minutes first print, open order book, but a lot of people missed. Sorry, guys. Let's run it back. So the second print, we got the Punisher new logo, but you had to get 50 of those to get the Miss Minutes covered black and white incentive. And I believe that burned a lot of people out. And then they announced this book, and there wasn't really anybody talking about it. Vintage default Marvel part in the book where Kang is chilling, Black Panther with white hair. You go and you're like, who is this white hair? At first you think it's Shuri, but you look close. So you do a Google search, and what comes up? CBR reported that this is Storm. So I went ahead and did a fact check. There's nothing that supports that is Storm. There's no clues. There's nothing. Marvel hasn't released any information. But around the same time that this book came out, first print, second print, what have you, Dark Ages 4 came out. And that actually has in the guts the first appearance of T'Challa and Storm's daughter, Nago Sazana. Okay, now she is from another reality. But, since the multiverse is cracked and in play, everything's in play. So I looked at her hair, and she has the same exact to the T hair as Storm, or I should say as this character, but just braided. So I said, hey, you know what? Those new young Avengers he's looking at, that could be in the future. That could be just another universe or what have you. But hey, you know what? If this is a timeline kind of situation, what if that is Nago Sazana and Marvel is setting up a new woman Black Panther and possibly Nago Sazana, the daughter of T'Challa and Storm from another reality outside the 616. Her name, by the way, means princess in I believe in that particular language. Is it African or Swahili or Wakandan? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So I've been going back and assuming it's Storm. I've been assuming it's Storm, but I can't find anything that is linking that to Storm. I've been checking FOC. I've been looking at previews and Penguin Random House new to order. I don't see anything in the solicits that is hinting at this. So, it's a shot in the dark and it's something different. But CBR was reporting it, the first week of January. And, it was no big surprise or a big outlet. So I went ahead and did a little deep dive, and I'm putting a little bit of cash that it's the daughter.
Not bad.
First cover appearance.
I like that. I think you did a nice little job looking that stuff up and finding out, that type of stuff. So I'm looking in the chat, and everybody said we had a little issue. The stream went down, and that's interesting because we didn't see anything on our end. So
no shit. No.
Always somebody fucking with us, man. Before we get into the top 10, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, this book right here is a $10 to $15 raw book right now.
Wow.
So yeah. So be on the lookout. It'll be very interesting where this all these storylines go. I think they're gonna fuck up Miracle Man. They usually do. Yeah.
And if you're looking at for that Dark Ages 4, there's a lot of good covers, but I would just seriously stick with the Stegman 1 in 50. There's still plenty on the online retailer level for about ratio, and on the walls at comic shops a little bit below because they're not selling it. It's a beautiful, dope cover. Yeah, that's if you're you're hedging the T'Challa, Black Panther, daughter angle for the future spec or whatever. Not even for this character, but just in general.
Patrick says they'll put Kate's on Miracle Man. Boy, I hope not.
I saw the credits for Miracle Man, and I was looking for Kate's. I didn't see him. I didn't see Kate's.
Interesting.
No.
Well, we'll see. All right. Before we get into the top 10, I want to remind everybody about my new thing. We're getting closer and closer to the day where I can start, breaking out what I've been trying to do on here. But make sure you guys go check it out. I will drop a link in the chat. We're all trying to do our best to, create a little content, a little extra content, give you guys a little extra stuff throughout the week. So I've got 2 new YouTube channels I'm starting. This is the first of 2. Please go check it out. I'll drop the link in the chat. If you're not already following, go give it a follow. Lately, I've just been filling it with content of card openings, and there's going to be I'm going to start putting clips over there, and we're also going to be putting some new exciting stuff over there. So once I get the other page set up and ready to go, I'll let you guys know. But if you guys enjoy looking at new collections on the fly and that type of stuff, that's what I'm doing over there. I'm also going to be doing maybe some non-comic stuff over there. So make sure to go check it out. It just says McClay right now, and it's a new project. So I don't want to say the title until I'm for sure I can, get that title.
So let me spoil away. I won't say anything about what he is doing, but let me tell you something. It's the best idea I've ever heard since doing comic book content. So
thank you, brother. Appreciate it. So check it out. Give it a follow and hit the notification bell over there so you get notified when anything drops. All right. Next, let's get into number 10. Number 10 this week. Oh, Spider-Verse is starting to show up more and more. This is Spider-Verse number 2. It's a $25 to $30 raw book right now. But some people are saying that this is the first Spider-Punk cover.
Well, I mean, people, platforms, digital tech, speculators. I when I saw the information, I was actually shocked. I was like, no way, he's had to have a cover before. I mean, his first appearances in 2014. Within a year, 6 months to a year. But I mean, there's multiple platforms that are reporting that this is your first Spider-Punk cover appearance, and there's also 2 other appearances in the Guts. There is the first appearance of Captain Anarchy, and there's also an appearance of Arcanito Jr., which is an alternate reality Spider-Man who basically protects Mexico City, and he's actually pretty funny.
Interesting. Let's see here. Cool Comic Guy says it's if Punk is not on the Del Auto ASM 125, who is it on the ASM 10 first print? I think it's got to be Punk, right?
Yeah, that's not Punk. That's Spider-Man in the Iron Suit.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even looking at it. I'm just remembering. I mean, thinking about it, I have all those books. I have all those variants. I've had for a long time.
Spider-Verse stuff is going crazy, man.
It's funny. I believe, was it you or was it Ben? It was somebody. I can't remember who it was. It was one of you guys that was basically saying, I'm ordering all these books. Or I'm interested in all these books. It's just fireworks happen during these Spider-Verse series. So.
Yeah, I think at this point you just pick up anything that says Spider-Verse on it.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get it for cheap, you pick it up and stash it away. So,
but it's pretty cool because Spider-Punk 1 is coming out, or his first solo series is coming out soon, and like within a week or two, or is it next week? Maybe the week after. And there's some really cool covers for that too. Even the headshot Todd Knock headshot cover, or it might be Mike McCone, is really cool. But I think it's perfect timing. So
I'm gonna go ahead and bring up that one.
The figure variant is on the Spider-Verse 1, the 2019.
So here is
good call, Andrew.
The 1 in 25, and it's not a very good picture. I apologize.
Right.
But so who's supposed to be Spider-Punk on this?
No, Spider-Punk's not on there.
He's not on there. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Now, look at number 9, 11, and 12, because he actually did, I think it was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Delotto did, connecting incentive covers.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a ton of them.
And by the way, Supeda Man, which is the Japanese Spider-Man in U.S. Comics, first cameo in issue 9, first full in U.S. Comics is issue 12, where Leo Pardon makes his first appearance. And but he's on the cover, I believe, of issue 9, cover A. A lot of people don't know that, but he's the Spider-Man that has the big metal brace, just one bracelet right there on his hand. So.
Interesting. Well, I just wish I had a set of these variants because they're gorgeous.
Have you read this yet? Have you read this series?
I haven't read the whole series.
Oh my God, you have to read it. It is really good. Yeah, it's borderline PG-13R. And I don't say that in like nudity or I guess you'd say, bad words or anything like that. Just brutal. The Inheritors, Soulless, they eat spiders. Well, they don't eat spiders. They eat spider men and women, and that's, you know what I mean. It's crazy. It's crazy.
The totems.
Yeah.
The progenitors, or whatever they call them, something. Giant Size says, I just tuned in. Do you guys know if this is Spider-Punk first cover appearance? So that's what people are saying. That this book is getting hot because it's Spider-Punk's first cover appearance.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. All right, on to, how much is this selling for? I got to ask again.
Yeah.
I got to say, I think we said
close to
25
30.
to 30. Yeah, 25 to 30. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Nice little chunk of change. All right, number 9 this week, God of War #1.
Another 1 year books.
Yeah. They announced a new Amazon Prime series coming out based on this, which I freaking love. I love the whole God of War mythos. I was talking with Simple Man Brian Wood on Comics News Weekly on Tuesday. We brought up God of War and how the God of War stuff kind of, I love that, like, that God mythos and the hero's journey. God of War kind of feels like the trials of Hercules, or you know what I mean, like
old Norse
mythology, you know what I mean. And by the way, if you guys haven't seen the trailer for Northman, go watch it as soon as possible. It is one of the baddest looking movies I've seen in a long time, and Skarsgård looks like a maniac in it. But back to God of War, huge gaming community. Love this game. Multiple different games have come out based on this IP, and the comic was always something that wasn't easy to find. This is not a easy to find book, and none of them are. It's selling now for 110 plus raw, and
wow.
9.6 sold for 275.
It's a tough book.
Yeah. Ben writes, announcement of an Amazon Prime show for this actually happened this week, although it had been rumored for over a year but was never confirmed. This could be a cool show, although I'm going to reserve judgment until after The Last of Us comes out. Anyway, this has a large fan base built in on the video game side. The corresponding comics have been sought after for a while.
couple things going on with this book. So tough book, optioned production, post-production, ready to, get going here. Under 10,000 copies ordered by retailers. And on top of that, you got a first appearance in the book and the cover, of course. And then also, this is the first interior art of Andrea Sorrentino.
Really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful cover. Chloe's Comic Swag says, love it. I have this and the variant both in 9.8. By the way, if you're not following Chloe's Comic Swag on IG, you're missing out.
Oh, wow.
He has some of the coolest pictures of slabs that he's doing, and he's also doing these little vignettes that are just awesome, that nostalgic central. So make sure to follow Chloe's Comic Swag.
Now.
Yeah. Uniform 13 says stack this. Yeah, he should have been stacking it for a while now.
Yeah. Too late.
Sometimes too late. All right. Number 8, Han Solo and Chewbacca. Number 1. This is the 1 in 50 Adam Hughes variant that doesn't look like an Adam Hughes variant until somebody tells you it's Adam Hughes. I mean, you have to kind of look at it, right? I mean, and then you're like, oh yeah, that looks like Adam Hughes. But right off the bat, it's like Adam Hughes.
You think so? I thought it was good. Honestly, I like the Noto cover better. The 125. 3 first appearances in this book. You have Keltana, you have Buck Vanko, Marshall or the Marshall or whatever, and then it's a new character I've never heard of, and a lot of my Star Wars friends weren't familiar with is Ovan. I believe he's Han Solo's dad.
Yeah.
But I think this looks like a used cover. He actually did 2. I know 2 for Marvel this week. He might have done 3, but he also did a patch cover too. Did you see that? I believe it's X Deaths of Wolverine or X Lives of Wolverine. 1 in 50. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Stein says it's an $80 book raw right now, and he mentions that he thinks looks kind of identical to the Rebel Heist depictions that Hughes did, but it's not. The Han Solo is a totally different pose and everything. So those Rebel Heists, especially those Rebel Heist variants, are crazy. Shout out to Rob's Comics.
Hey, Rob.
Big Rob says Adam Hughes hears us talking about him. He's putting out some great covers.
Yeah,
he's been killing it lately. That's for sure. Thanks for the $10 super chat, bro.
Thanks, Rob.
By the way, shout out to Rob and Josh, International Comics. We're getting together. I don't think it's this upcoming Saturday, but it's the following Saturday. So next Saturday, I believe we're going to be doing a foreign comic event on Whatnot. I'll be selling with Rob and Josh, and we're trying to get maybe John Z to come on. The 19th is when we're going to do it. So make sure you guys are following Rob's Comics and International Comics, as well as Tales from the Flipside on Whatnot, because I know that they're going to bring heat no matter what. But I've got some major heat for foreign books, like some major heat. So and I'm looking to sell them. So we're gonna do a really cool foreign comics weekend. And I think if you're gonna do a foreign comics event on anything, including Whatnot, you have to have Rob and Josh there. There's nobody bigger when it comes to foreign books on Whatnot. Nobody else knows anything compared to what they're
except
putting
Robert.
out.
Robert's probably the third. Yeah.
Well, that is Rob's Comics.
That's Rob.
Yeah.
That's Rob.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I feel so. I never met Rob. Hey, Robert, don't get mad at me. Don't kill me. I want to say something about Josh though. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you guys know him as the foreign comic guy, but this guy has been hitting home runs for FOC New Comic Book Day spec. Don't sleep on that guy. Follow him on IG. Try to get him in some Google chats. He's been dropping some really good books that pop right out the gate.
Yeah, really. Both those guys are really smart guys, big comic book fans. It was a lot of fun to hang out with Rob in Baltimore, and I can't wait to see those guys again. But again, foreign comics event, the 19th on Whatnot. At least the 3 of us are going to be putting out fire. We're trying to grab some other people. I think the Hive guys might join us, and maybe we can talk John Z into jumping on and hanging out for a little bit. So, all right, number 7 this week. You knew it was going to show up on here in one way or the other. But this week it showed up as the 1 in 25 animation variant. Captain Carter #1. It's a $60 to $65 raw book. I love this book. Is this a Tony? It looks like a Tony Fleece cover, right? Looks like one of those old school. You're on mute, bro. Are we losing him? Are we losing Richie? Am I going to have to do this solo? I'm going to be doing this solo. You watch. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Sorry, my mic. I thought it was just a screenshot of the What If, and then they just put it on a cover digitally. But this is what we call on my show on Hump Day Heroes, what me and Tacos call low-hanging fruit. So, I mean, we knew about this weeks before FOC. If you slept on it, it's too bad. That's why I say pre-order your books. Get that 25, 20, 25, 30, 35% discount. See Lucas, It's Drunken Chat. He offers an awesome discount. And you know what? You wouldn't have to be paying 50 to, what is it selling for now, Brian? $70, 65 bucks?
50 to 60 to 65 raw.
So based on Ben Stein's, he has a little formula for 1 in 25. So if it reaches double ratio or above, and I know your retailers hate when I say that, but it's just what we laymen say in the spec game and the comic community. He likes it to probably hold. So nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
Gary Despective, I haven't read this yet. I'm going to read it right after this. He read it. He said that she's not wearing her Captain Carter suit in the book. So issue 2 might be one you want to order. It's probably going to be lower print run too. So
interesting. There was a lot of talk over the whole Captain Carter first appearance thing over the last week because of this book coming out, and yeah, it's all over the place. So Captain Carter spec is pretty interesting to hear people talk about right now. All right, number 6 this week. There we go. Back for round 2. Irredeemable #1, the Mark Waid series that is getting some love lately because of option news. And again, we talked about it when we first talked about this book last week. Option news really doesn't mean much until you see something. You know, a lot of these things get optioned and then they just stay in option hell because they can't agree on a script or a director or something, or, you know, something happens. It just stays in option hell. But this book doubled in price since last week. It's $60 to $70 raw book.
No new info though, right? Just based on that Spec Tales podcast. Shout out to Spec Tales, great podcast, especially Spec. Good guys too. Yeah, I guess he was on their show. He said, keep your ear to the floor, so to speak. And there's some big news coming up. And I've heard from multiple people. It's not the first time he said that. So we'll see. We'll see.
Interesting. Shout out to Magdaddy 3. It says, hooty hoo, motherfuckers. You guys are killing as always, even without Stein. Best way to kick off a weekend. We appreciate you. Much love. On to number 5. We're at the halfway point so quick. See, this is what happens when you just got 2 of us. We just rock through it, man. 220 live, halfway point of the list, and we all know why this book is here. This book has been hot for a while based off the news that the Inquisitor is going to show up in Obi-Wan, and the Obi-Wan trailer came out. I want to ask you what you thought about it, Richie. Did you see it?
Very cool. Very excited. As you know, I'm just learning the logistics of Star Wars continuity, canon, and hooking it up to the movie so I could speculate. I still am lost in the dark without Brian, but yeah, very cool. You were talking about this book since I met you, so
yeah, I love this character. I love this cover. Here's the problem though. I love this character, but I'm really, after seeing the way they made him look, he looks off. The way I like to say it is, you remember those old art? I think it was like Adult Swim or something. They had this like little comedy show where it was a bunch of fruits where they superimposed people's faces on them. That's what the Inquisitor looks like in the new Obi-Wan. Like his face is super fat, but he's just got this little face, and it looks like Humpty Dumpty. It looks weird. They really messed up that character, man. And look how menacing and cool he looks here. and they didn't keep
Yeah.
they didn't keep the thing on his face. His face is supposed to be tall and skinny oval,
Skinny,
not
yeah.
short and fat oval, you know. And we know so much. So anyways, that's my problem. I'm still looking forward to it, but I'm kind of worried because Kathleen Kennedy's involved. So anytime Kathleen Kennedy is involved, I'm a little worried. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. So yeah, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Yeah, nice. Alex Chapman, love the avatar. He's got this Care Bears 25th anniversary cover from the Star Run. Tough book.
So does he have a similar lightsaber to Darth Maul?
Well, it's a double bladed.
Yeah,
I can't remember. Can he pull it apart?
Okay, I'll be looking for that. I mean, he was a Jedi and he went to the dark side, correct?
Yeah. Well, if you remember, he was a what's the character? What was his name before? JJ, let me know. I'm spacing on it. Shout out to Swaggle House. He says I'm pretty skeptical of Star Wars right now. It's interesting. That is very interesting, man. That's very interesting. I don't know what to think about Star Wars because I feel where you're coming from on that. You know, they really messed up Boba Fett. They really messed up Cad Bane. They really messed up Black Chrysanthemum. Not as bad as Cad Bane and Boba Fett, but they messed him up. That Boba Fett was bad. It was not good. So
I thought that Mandalorian episode, I think it was like episode 5 or 6, was actually pretty cool. It was like a change of pace because Boba himself was just so slow. It was just like so disappointing. But I thought it was also kind of cheesy, like a plug. Like, you know, the series wasn't doing, or maybe they just couldn't come up with some good material, good content for the Boba series, and then they put that. I don't know. I just didn't think it fit, but whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, Grand Inquisitor, often referred to as simply as the Inquisitor, was the former Pawan Jedi Temple Guard. Was a former Pawan. I don't know how to say that. Pawan Jedi Temple Guard that later fell. No. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, I got it.
That later. Here we go. Where did I go with this? Became an Inquisitor, later fell to the dark side and became an Inquisitor, tasked by Vader to hunt down the last of the Jedi. So there you go.
Interesting.
Pawan Jedi Temple Guard. I don't know how to say that, but that's it.
What's this book selling at?
This book right here is selling for a pretty penny. $140 to $175 raw.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So Grand Inquisitor Ben writes, the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer was awesome. Grand Inquisitor looked great. What? He looked terrible. What are you talking about? I need to get on Ben's ass for that one. He said first appearance is still not here. Kanan 12 seems to be a much better investment at this point, but I don't make the rules. So that's interesting. It's interesting. Very interesting. So 150 plus. That's crazy. Yeah. Pawan is a species. Yep.
Here comes a big book.
Yeah. Number 4 this week. There it is. High Republic number 2. High Republic Adventures number 2. The retailer incentive variant. All these High Republic books are going crazy. All of them.
Yeah. And Yale Nathan. Is it Yale Nathan?
Yeah. 1 in 10.
Killed it on issue 1, 2. I mean, just some really good covers. This is actually a first cover appearance of Buckets of Blood, Torban Buck, and you have Rose first full.
Yeah, it's $100 plus right now, raw.
Yep.
Crazy. Bonkers. It's really cool to see these books getting some love, especially the adventures books, which are far superior than the regular High Republic books.
Hate to keep tooting McClay's horn, but he's been calling it.
Yeah, that stuff is not fun. The High Republic is not fun, and neither are the novels. I'll say that again. They are not fun. So we'll see if we can get him back before we move on. I think I saw Leg put up a number 2 and a number 3 tonight. I don't know how much it sold for, but yeah, $100 plus for this is very interesting. So Lots of these. Let's see here. Lots of these High Republics are all over back issue bins, over ordered and ignored till now. Great point. There are a ton of these in the back issue bins. Ton of them.
I don't think in issue 2 of High Republic Adventures, ton of these.
I've seen people walk into stores, maybe not the 1 in 10s, but High Republic books.
No, High Republic Marvels, yes.
Yeah,
I checked Comicron. The units sold, I think issue 1 had orders above 250, 300,000.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way through 7 is like in the 125 to 175,000 range. But not these Star Wars High Republic Adventures. I believe 1 was like around like 32 or 33,000, then it just gets a little lower.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, first Marshawn Rowe, High Republic 2. Be on the lookout for that Wanted Comics book.
I would get the set. I would get the if you're investing or if you are digging, like you guys said, you can find them in back issue bins. Look for the 1 in 10 Yell Nathan 1 in 10 for issue 1, because that's the first cameo, and there's also like 4 or 5 different first appearances, Padawans, Jedi Knights, so on and so forth. And then this also, and that would be a nice set to get graded all 9.8.
Yeah. Yeah, Marshawn Rowe is badass. It's really badass. The only problem is that other chick is terrible. Forget her. She's so terrible, I forget her name every time. He took off her mask and she became a shitty character to me.
You talking about the one with the little teeth?
Yeah. All right, number 3. Love this book. Always love this book, but not for the reason that it's hot right now. I collect. When I was going out to the stores and digging all the time, I collect 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th appearances on cool characters, and this is an early Sabretooth appearance. Really cool early Sabretooth cover. A lot of people slept on this book for a long time, but now everybody's jumping in because this is the first appearance of the Foreigner, which is a character that has been just announced for the Kraven movie.
Yeah, so this is longtime love interest of Silver Sable, who's heavily rumored for this whole Sony project. Silver and Black, was off and on, but now she's, it's getting hotter, and it's a good sign that project or those characters are happening or coming, because this character, in my opinion, this character is all of a sudden in the Kraven movie. He is the ex-husband of Silver Sable, but it was later revealed that the Foreigner had actually impersonated Lieutenant Chris Keating in, I believe, Spectacular Spider-Man 113 or maybe ASM 275, 276. So if you guys are into reading stuff and drama and mysteries, check those out.
Yeah. Jay Bonilla says, I have 10 of these. I used to collect all Sabretooth appearances. So you're just like me. Yeah. Yeah, I think I sold one of these tonight. I don't think I know I did. I can't remember how much I sold it for. But this book has been selling on the regular for the past couple nights. $50 raw book, $300 9.8.
Wow.
Yeah.
There are Mark Jewelers for these, and there should be a Canadian price variant for this, because I believe it was released in May or June of 86, and it was published, I believe, in July or August of that year. So,
yeah, very cool. All right, number 2 on the list this week, one of the best Batman covers of all time, Batman number 6 from the Capullo Scott Snyder run. Ton of great books covers in this run, and this is just such a creepy cover of this character. Or this of the Court of Owls type stuff. But yeah, this is Batman number 6 from the 2012 Snyder and Capullo series. It's a $450 9.8 and 80 plus raw right now.
Wow.
Yeah. And first CGC won't label this as the first Court of Owls, but
what are they labeling? They're not. I mean, what are they labeling first Court of Owls?
I don't think they're labeling anything. Maybe number 4 they're labeling it, but Ben writes, I know cameo first full, yada yada yada. I'm not mad at this one though. For the ambiguous villain, I would totally be geeked out to see them portrayed in another detective Batman film, which we're going to be getting Court of Owls on live screen. We're going guaranteed.
Yeah, it's a messy first appearance. I believe there's like 2 or 3 cameos in between this book. I think the first cameo is in issue 2 or 3, and then there's like a second cameo. But I mean, honestly, a 9.8 going for 450. Wow. For a $60 raw book, you said?
Yep.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Let me look this up.
I mean, you can get Captain America #6, the Steve Epstein Winter Soldier cover, an established character by a right now kick-ass A-list actor who's on fire, Sebastian Stan. And I believe it was shout out to Longshort that even brought this up and said arguably probably the best movie of that phase, Captain America Winter Soldier, for just under that. So that's interesting. This thing is definitely peaking.
Yeah. Sinister Titan says he sold his very fine near mint for $90. Nice.
Congrats, brother.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Mag Daddy says Snyder frequents his LCS a decent amount. Super nice guy. Yeah, I've heard that. Raymond says, Brian, do you truly believe we will get Quarter Owls in a Batman movie? I don't think it'll be a movie. I think it'll be a series. I think the Court of Owls, the whole storyline is too cool not to have in a 6-part, hour-long show. And the reason I say that is because I'm selfish as hell, and I would rather see a 6-part, hour-long show than a 2-hour movie. So I would love to see it. Also, if you guys went and saw Batman, that there was a lot of resemblance to the Arkham Knight games, right? And they did the Court of Owls, video game type thing. So that's very interesting. And Hartman is saying that the spinoff is canceled. Is that true? I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that, but I know I haven't heard any announcements on Court of Owls. This is
Gotham Knights.
Straight speculation driven.
Yes.
Because of an image, I believe it was in was it Batwoman or Batgirl? I can't remember, but it was like a tabloid newspaper with like a headline relating to the Court of Owls, and then this thing just popped, and it's going up. I mean, you just saw who was that sold the VF near mint copy that we were just congrating for 110? Did he say? Wow, that's just
Sinister Titan 90. Yep.
No.
Very cool. So Mag Daddy says, like Batman a lot, but would have loved to seen a Court of Owls tease. Yeah. I think that the Court of Owls tease will come. It will definitely come in a movie, but the Gotham Knights is supposed to be that HBO Max thing. They're going to do a Penguin spinoff, which I love. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see, Court of Owls show up as Easter eggs more and those type things, because they're, instead of being a Batman movie, it's more of a Gotham movie. And that's the interesting part. So I hope it didn't get canceled. So I really hope it didn't get canceled.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Wait, what was this? Late Night says Pattinson did an interview. He mentioned the Court of Owls in an interview, and the rest of the cast said hush. Wow. Yeah. By the way, you can't take anything Robert Pattinson says in an interview. He's a notorious liar in those interviews. It's hilarious. He lies about the craziest stuff just to fuck with people, and it's funny. So don't always trust what Pattinson says.
Wow. Do you think is this a sign of the times, the beginning of times? A DC spec is going to start.
I'm trying, man. I'm starting to pull more DC spec out to sell, because I think the Batman movie was so good. It was really good, like really good. It's not better than The Dark Knight, but it's right behind it. It's the second best Batman movie ever made, in my opinion. So
Hartman is reporting that the Gotham City Police Department show, which that I believe that the spec book was that Gotham, you know what I mean, that Gotham City one or whatever. He said it was canceled a couple days ago.
Well, aren't they doing a Gotham Knights show too? Or is that the same show? I thought the Gotham Knights was based off like where they were going to have different, heroes in Gotham, whereas GCPD would be based on the
Right.
the police force.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, I just assumed. I actually own a few of these books and just haven't been keeping up with the news for the Gotham Central issue 1. And I have the reprint too. But I just figured in my mind it was just like maybe a spinoff or maybe like a reboot of
Gotham Knights is CW. Are you kidding me?
Oh no! Oh no!
Bummer. Bummer. So, yeah, it's a bummer. Well, we'll see. By the way, speaking of HBO Max, Titan season 4 is getting ready to pop, and it's the first full season on the HBO Max, which could be a big deal. So,
Yeah,
they're filming that right now.
Yeah, but real quick, just before we move on, I thought the Gotham City PD show was just basically like a reboot or a spinoff of Gotham, the TV show.
I don't know.
Different
it says here,
Gotham.
Justin Shannon says the GCPD show is being replaced by the Arkham show. Okay.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Very cool. So, yeah, Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol is great. Absolutely awesome. It's very, very slept on. I just don't like the cyborg character. It feels weird. He feels fake. It doesn't, you know what I mean? They put up that really badass cyborg character in the movie, and then you got a guy who's half his size with plastic pieces stuck to his face, it feels like.
He looks like a mashup between a Rock'em Sock'em robot and like the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz or the Tin Man.
Yeah. It's weird. But number 1 this week, you guys, is a really cool book to have at number 1 for a really cool reason. For those of you guys that don't know, George Perez is dying of pancreatic cancer.
Hospice, right?
Yeah, he's in hospice right now. He doesn't have much time left, and really amazing person that is going out the way on his own terms, and he's very happy, and he's got a lot of family around him. But the Hero Initiative has re-released JLA Avengers, the crossover by Kurt Busiek and George Perez. And they were $30 buy-ins, but they are reselling right now on the secondary market for $150 to $175.
Wow.
Yeah. It is a trade. They're limited to 7,000. And I think this is cool. I think that's really cool. I think George Perez is one of the goats in our hobby. And not only is he amazing creator, he's an amazing person. And anybody that's ever talked to him at a con or seen him at a con, the type of person he is. So he is the best. So yeah, Jesse is for right. And I think that all of his stuff will probably see a bump in the future, just because we're starting to reminisce and realize what we're gonna lose. So I like that he's in a rare place right now where he's able to smell his flowers before he passes. People are able to give him those flowers before he's gone, which is amazing. And more than anything, all I can say is fuck cancer. So
fuck cancer.
Yep. It is the worst, and hopefully one day we'll figure out a way to end most types of cancer.
No, I mean, if we're taking, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Planet Arizona Comics says meeting him twice at the Great Amazing Arizona Con is a highlight of my life. He's great to his fans. I agree. One of the coolest things I ever saw was the first time I saw him at a con. He was doing 8x10 sketches, like half body sketches, head, chest up.
Yeah.
And he was charging $5.
Wow.
And then he would take that $5 and put it in the bucket for the Heroes Con. And then he would just tell people, put whatever you want in there to help out. And he has been raising money for Heroes Initiative forever. And the last time I saw him, he had just had eye surgery. And he was giddy like a little kid, man. He was running around. If you see George, if you ever seen him at the cons, like anybody that walks by in a cool cosplay, he's got to stop and get up from his table and have somebody take a picture of them. And, you know, he's always smiling. And
let me see that sword.
Yeah. I remember me and Kyle were getting a sketch from him, and we asked him, you know, what's going on with Teen Titans, you know, and you know, is he getting paid from his creations? And he said he made more money in that year off of Teen Titans than he ever made in comics.
Wow.
So he was lucky enough to get some pay off of the characters he created, which is amazing. So
he created Nightwing, right?
Nightwing, you know, Teen Titans,
Deathstroke.
Yeah, all those characters, like great, amazing characters. His first work was in that first appearance of Deathlock, The Astonishing Tales 25. Great book. Love finding that book. Just a great guy. I see a lot of people talking about him in the chats. Lewis says, agree, met him at AZCon 2. Jesse says, first met him in 82 at San Diego. In the old Cortez Hotel. He was the same from there to now, always giving back. Yeah. Thanks, Jesse.
Does he live in California, Brian?
I'm not sure where George lives. Not sure.
A lot of comic shop owners in my area always talk about like when he comes in and stuff like that. So I figured he lived in this area.
Yeah. Adam at Awesome Sauce Radio says, I'm going to miss hanging out with him at Celestine every year. So yeah, the Maestro, Future Imperfect. Comic Boom says Perez rules. Mac Daddy says only met him once, but so glad that I did. I'll never sell my Infinity Gauntlet that he signed unless it goes really, really crazy. There's always a price. There's always a price. So, but yeah, this would be awesome. What has Hartman said? Hartman said if Cyborg can trigger nukes worldwide, that's too OP. Cyborg can transfer his consciousness onto the wire. Interesting. Yeah. So Cyborg, another character, George Perez. So him and Walt Simonson, says Andrew M, are the best. Yeah. Great stuff. So that is the list tonight, you guys. I want to say thank you for all 225 that stuck around to the end. We appreciate you. I want to remind you guys, show some love to these retailers: Jesse James Comics, Wonderworld Comics, Bird City Comics, Hive Comics, Wanted Comics, Comics Vault Live, JJ's Comics and Arts, Haven for Heroes. What's your shop that...
J&J Comics in Fountain Valley. If you're in the Southern California area, he does not own a computer. The guy doesn't own a smartphone. He has a flip phone. He doesn't own YouTube. His TV has no apps. So basically, and he's got 100,000, maybe 150,000 back issues. So basically, you're going to find some stuff. And my other guy is Big To Do, Comics, Tunes, and Toys. Shout out to Mike. Great shop, great people. Also awesome back issues and very cheap.
Yeah. So good stuff, you guys. Keep an eye on our separate pages. You guys saw Jesse in the chat section today. Me and Jesse are working on something amazing, and you guys are gonna love it once we get going. So more on that to come. Tomorrow night, Modern Comic Mayhem. Monday night, Flipside. Tuesday night, Comic Book Women. Wednesday night, The Card Show. Thursday night, Modern Playbook. Friday night, of course, the show you're watching right now, the Hot 10 show. We appreciate you. Make sure to give a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And we will see you guys next time. So,
peace.
Adios.